To another Monday live stream. How are you? My name is Shane Olson, and I have this really cool little lower thirds. Maybe. I don't know if it'll work or not. Anyway, welcome. Let's see here. I just wanted to share on Facebook that I'm going live. If it'll do it. Please let me know if you can hear me okay and if this is all working, all good. Hey, what's up, Neil? I didn't see Mark's response there. Oh, there it is. Okay. You can hear. Okay, sweet. I don't know why it's not showing up on Facebook yet. Try it again. I don't know where it is. Let me do a search for it. Internet's being a little slowish. Yeah. Well. Oh well. I don't know. So how are you guys doing today? I'm going to be doing this yet another Josh Black concept. I love his stuff so much. It just, I don't know. I love the face structure that he comes up with on all of his characters. They're super nice. And they just tell me that they should be modeled. Oh, just hot. Yeah. That's true. What is it? You said, is it 40? So that's what, 104 or something like that? Fahrenheit? That's crazy. Crazy. It's about that here as well. So let's get rocking here. Okay, let's evaluate this guy. He's got some really interesting shapes that I like a lot. I'm gonna start out with this sphere being much larger, just so I can have my Sculptress Pro triangles be more predictable. So this will be his cranium. And then, oops, I should probably turn on symmetry. 79 in the sun. Where are you, Mark? I can't remember. Sorry. Like Texas or something? I'm trying to remember. Ohio, that's right. I wonder if California is experiencing it, the heat wave as well or not. So it's funny, this guy kind of reminds me of Lucas from Stranger Things 4, specifically when he's a little older, because he's got that haircut. I'm going to give him the cheek muscles there. Eventually. And this strong jawline. There we go. And I need some music. I don't know why. I have these earphones on and I'm listening to nothing. Actually, let's do this. Okay. I don't think you guys can hear that, can you? Okay. Just making sure you cannot hear it. Otherwise, I'll get... Okay. Thanks, Neil. All right. Back to it. Let's get his neck in there. Little Hall & Oates. That's what I'm listening to. Harry, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. So I posted my smoking guy all over the interwebs, and it works. People enjoy it, so I'm happy with that, how that turned out. Hey, Solo. Good, good. Oh, they're saying I am Ryan. Okay, well. I'm going to share it anyway. Any good advice for beginners? I mean, the best advice is just to start sculpting, you know, just start going. And just block out characters like I'm doing here with primitive shapes. And you can go get these brushes. I have these brushes for free over on my website. It's right here, 3dcharacterworkshop.com. And I give them away for free. You just scroll down about halfway down the page and you can find them. And it comes with this primitive brush right here. And you can just use that to block out characters with over and over and over until you feel comfortable with it. So as a beginner, that's what I always recommend, because a blockout is, I would say, a good 80% of the work, if done well. It will help you along the way a great deal. There you go. Vanilla, I don't have time to look at people's scopes when I'm live streaming, but yeah, you can. Let's see. Hold on a second. I'm trying to figure this out. Make his shoulders wider. I'd like some tips on making the lips. Well, you can keep watching, and when I get to the lips, I can show you how I do it, how I make them. Whoa. Okay. Yep, always keep checking your proportions. That's part of blocking out your characters, is checking the proportions and making sure you're good to go. Yeah, I'm still trying to decide. I think I am going to put some extra pieces in here to flesh out those cheeks, as it were. Okay. I love how his chin is kind of scooping out. That square chin he's got. Let me see something here. I was just going to show you how that smoker turned out from last stream. So, yeah. Now this smoke is just composited in. I just found a PNG of some smoke and just stuck it in there. But I like how the hair turned out, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. So hopefully this guy will turn out. You like the Street Fighter style person Josh made on this sheet? Oh yeah, for sure. It's I think it's from Karate Kid. I think it's, I can't remember the dude's name, the one with blonde hair. Okay, let's see. Thanks, Manila. Okay, let's see. Give him a clown nose for a second. I think I'm going to do his nose in 2 parts. Yeah, that'll work. I'm going to give him some nostrils here. So what are you guys up to? Are you sculpting anything today? Whoops. I hate when I do that. Forget to change brushes and I just draw a bunch of more shapes in there. A bust of my father for a memorial. Nice. Very cool. Working on a block, walking out. There you go. Sounds like a plan. Okay, I'm probably gonna, I gotta fine tune this. Modeling a church? Oh, fun. Oh, come on. What is going on? There it goes. For some reason, my rotation was all messed up. That's no fun. There's no restream bot? What do you mean? Oh, is it not sending you the... You know, I could turn on... I could turn this on. No, it doesn't have any, does it? Restream chat. Let's see what happens here. Maybe somebody chat something and see if it shows up there. Because I keep highlighting comments, but... Because I'm using a new streaming thing, software called Ecamm on Mac. It's kind of like OBS, and it allows me to just highlight comments rather than show the comment stream. Because then if somebody says something jerkish, it's not like in my stream forever, you know what I mean? And then I can just kind of point out specific comments that I want to answer. So, but I can put that up for a minute. Let's try it out. But it should be working as far as like you being able to see it in other chats. But that might be why. If you... Okay, let's see. Oh, it wasn't working last week as well? Oh. But you can see that in the chat, little chat box now, right? It's always Kyle's fault. Okay, that nose is too wide. All right, let's see. I'm just trying to figure out like how the depth of all this. Okay, let's see. Let's get his eyeballs in there. Got to reset this though. There we go. Let's see. What do you mean this is Kittleson stream? I'm kidding. That's interesting. Yeah, Restream is a strange beast for sure. I mean, I like it a lot. It's very convenient to be able to stream multiple places at once. But at the same time, that makes it finicky because they're trying to, you know, make it work with everything. And all the platforms have different rules as far as, you know, chat goes and how the streaming goes. I'm just glad it's possible. Let's see. Okay, I think that'll work. And I'll just work the eye cavities around. These are interesting shaped eyes for sure. Because typically this back peak is a little higher up the face, but this one is not, so. Okay, let's block in this fun shape now. It's gonna make up the cheek. Yeah. All right, well, you know, I think I'm going to hide the chat. I wonder if I can shrink this a little bit here. It's a little large. There we go. How's that? Better? Then it's not like a book on the screen. So this is going to be kind of representing the group of muscles that come from the bridge of his nose and out to his cheek and then down his face. And I'm going to split it off because I want to Z-remesh it because I know I'm going to be stretching the heck out of it. And inflating bits of it like this. Whoops. Move. Yeah, like popsicle sticks in a stream, right? That's all you needed. Or dirt clods. We used to sit, I just remember as kids, we used to sit in, we just had a dirt pile, like out to the side of our house, and it would rain and then it would harden, and then we could take like sculpting tools, essentially like butter knives or whatever, and we would sculpt roadways for our Hot Wheel cars, Matchbox cars, whatever you want to call them. That was fun. Yeah, it was a blast. Kind of connect this and make this go around the nose here. Okay, let's Z-remesh this. Really low. See what we get. Yeah, not bad. Fine red sand. Interesting. This looks like kind of a weird mustache. Above the nose mustache. Okay, so this mouth, I'm trying to decide how I want to do it. I might just extrude it in. Easy peasy. Poly group, a single poly. Let's see here. Oh, need to do poly group all, not just a single. I'll be Z-remeshing this whole thing eventually. Let's see, I'm just going to give myself some loops inside there. Okay. Looks like an alien without a nose. Whoops. I just wanted to mask that nose off so I could bring his mouth forward here. I'm just giving him enough of a mouth cavity that I can stick some teeth in there and make it work. All right, let's see. I'm kind of wondering what if because I kind of want to keep these loops, but I want to Z-remesh it as well just to kind of see what happens. But let's add a single level of subdivisions and then stitch it together. Well, let's see. Let's Z-remesh this at maybe a 2. Yeah, something like that, maybe. Maybe a little higher. 3. Let's try a 3. Okay. Turn this down here. And then I'm going to merge this down with the cheeks. I'll leave the eyes separate, but he looks like an old man because he has no lips. Hey! Pretty funny. Before I stitch everything together, though, I think I want to, let's subdivide it once, and then I want to add ears. He has no ears. Let's do a mirror and weld. Hey, Muddy out there, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Pull this in. I feel like this is a bit too bulky. Okay, I might end up tessemating this whole thing like I usually do. And then pushing it around after that, after I Z-remesh it all. So let's just do that right now. And duplicate it. I actually think the stitching would work pretty good as it sits, but let me do the ears first. Hey, welcome. Thank you. Where did my music go? There you go. I wish this insert would default to being straight, and if you wanted to turn it, you could, not the other way around. So whenever you insert a multi-mesh brush, it's going to insert, when you hit shift to snap it, it's going to snap to the last known location of the gizmo. And sometimes it's not always where you want it to be, and I want it to snap to the world coordinates, not the last known location of the gizmo. So I have to go in and reset the gizmo, then it'll snap to the world. Not the end of the world, but still kind of a pain in the butt. You guys are awfully quiet today. Do you have any questions? You're just watching. Kind of a calm and somber, hot Monday. Hey Thomas, I'm not using either. I'm using an old 27-inch, an older. Yeah, I know what you meant. Yeah. Okay. I think it's a 2K display, actually. Non-touch. Darren, I don't know. Just comes down to practice. I always say when you see me sculpting, you just see the tip of the iceberg because I've been doing this for 20 some odd years. Trying to justify getting a display tablet. Well, you know, I always say to people that are interested in tablets, like why they should get one. And it's not going to make you a better artist. It will make you, it might speed up your process. So if you're doing freelance work and you need to work faster, then you can kind of justify it. But if you're trying to get better faster, it's not really going to help you out. So I just say that to make people, you know, the whole fear of missing out, why I need a Cintiq to be a good artist, and that's totally not the case. It just helps with precision, in my opinion. Okay, I'm actually gonna lay some other stuff in here too. Like these sternal muscles. I was actually debating going back to using a tablet. I did for a little bit. Just because it takes up so much space on your desk. And it's heavy. Like it actually bowed my last desk. This is a new desktop that I had to get because it bowed my last desktop because it was so heavy. You have an Intuos tablet but haven't mastered the hand-eye coordination. Yeah, it's so a Cintiq is not gonna change that. I mean, there is the one-to-one connection because you're actually drawing on the surface of what you're modeling, and that is why I feel like if it's gonna do anything, it's gonna speed up your workflow, your process. because of that precision. So instead of doing a stroke once or 5 times or whatever on a Intuos, I mean, it might, what I'm saying is it might take you a few times to get the stroke that you want, whereas with a Cintiq, it's usually 1 because of the precision. I'm gonna keep pulling this out. Okay. See how it's snapping to some weird location? And it's because the gizmo is angled weird. So all I have to do is hold down Alt or Option and click on this little arrow to reset this. And then it should snap to the world. There you go. Hey Jeff, is there any part of your web course about adding articulations to produce 3D printed figures? I don't cover articulations. I probably should. I haven't done much articulation with collectibles. I've only done collectibles like Disney Infinity that are already in a pose. So I would look to ACKERMANN, A-I-M-A-N. I'm trying to think of, because he actually offers some articulation keys on Gumroad that you can get. Yeah, I just haven't done enough to feel comfortable with teaching it. There you go. There's his name. Thanks, Neil. The undo command is one of my shortcut keys. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Let's put in some collarbones too, because why not? Hey, buddy. Oh, that's awesome. Very cool. Love to hear that. Hey, Solo. That's a big question. So if I have to rig and animate this character, how do I do it? Well, eventually you would retopologize it. And then if you needed textures, you would add UVs. You would retopologize it for animation, because this geometry is not good for deformation. It's good for sculpting. So you'd have to rebuild it. That's what retopology means, rebuilding. With deformation in mind. So that's kind of what it would take. I'm not building this guy for animation. This is just like just a sculpt that I do for these live streams, just to kind of demo what ZBrush is capable of. His mouth's really bugging. I gotta get there. Hey Chris, how's it going? Welcome. Okay, let's see. I feel like his head is too wide and I need to stitch things together. So let's do I'm going to save this. where am I at here? My drive. There we go. Okay. I'm calling this guy Lucas. It's like an older Lucas. Hey, and how's it going? James, what who? I did not hear this. Like Daryl? He's still doing stuff, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do at this point is kind of flood fill it with tessimation. So just so I can put some more details and add some lips and do some other things with it. And that's in my user interface. That's what this is, polygon size. This is actually tessimation. So if I start to crank this down, you'll see it kind of flood fill this whole thing with geometry. Like that's pretty tight. Let's see. I don't want it that small. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, this is kind of, it reminds me of Lucas, a little older Lucas. So that's why I named him Lucas. Especially that haircut, that 80s haircut. Fun. Okay, so at this point, I think I'm gonna stitch it together. And to do that, I center and rotate the gizmo and then click on this gear and then click on remesh by union. That's going to stitch all my objects together. And then hit accept. Okay. And now I can smooth everything down and get it looking better, hopefully. Oh, need my symmetry back on. Let's see. Okay, now that this is stitched together, I can do it one more time and it'll get rid of those really hard stitch lines, and then I can smooth it out even better, easier. Okay, where I really wanted to get to are these things, smooth it out, and then fix his mouth, his gummy lipped mouth. Give him some teeth. Okay, here we go. Let's use some Sculptress Pro. Now the subdivide size and the polygon size are kind of tied together. So I actually like to take this slider a little lower than the slider underneath it. That way when I'm using Sculptress Pro, I went too low. It's about the same size. Oh, I gotta make sure that it's actually doing what I want. Sculptress Pro, yeah, adaptive size is not off. That's why it wasn't working. You know, it's crazy, Neil. I can't get, I can't get my ZBrush startup to work inside of my Mac. So let's see. Do you think that for creating mouth gum flaps that fold around and or over teeth, the method I'm using by creating? I can't understand the method you're using, because so basically what I do if I'm making a mouth like this, I'll make the mouth cavity And then I'll make the gums as separate objects and then the teeth as separate objects. But this one's so stylized that I'm just going to make the teeth as two kind of U-shaped white kind of horseshoe-shaped objects. He has mountains, eye to cheek. I don't understand that, Rue. Sorry. I'm going to go higher than that, I think. And inflate this down. Yeah, peaked cheeks, he does. He's got some big cheeks for sure. So maybe I should have said like the gum flap. Oh, like the things that hang down? Okay. And then running die sim. I'm trying to like sorry, Chris, I'm not quite understanding what what you're saying. I apologize. I think Samsung i7 matches. What are you talking about? I don't know that Samsung makes computers. Are you talking about monitor? Okay, let's see. I'm gonna pull this up. Yeah, maybe Dynamesh. Were you talking about Dynamesh? Thanks, Ian. Hello, how to make hair like this? I'm just gonna keep it simple and just block it in. I'm not gonna make a crazy like film curly animated hair. It's just this is for 3D print, so. Oh, you're running dynamic simulation to get those correct folds in those flaps, but I think I'll keep trying and see. Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, you'll want to eventually, if you're going to animate those and do dynamic simulation, you're just going to want to have enough geometry in there to make them deform properly, you know. Sorry, I didn't quite understand what you were saying before. Yeah, usually stuff like that, you just want to have enough geometry in there that it's going to do what you want it to do. Interesting. When Sculptress Pro is off, my inflate is a lot stronger. Hey, Yugi. Good to see you stream again. What happened to ZBrush? Dyson reminds me of like a Dyson vacuum, like Dyson. That's what I think. That's why I was like, Dyson, what? Okay, let's see here. Oh, the last character from the last stream. Yeah, so I rendered him out and posted him. This is how he turned out. Oh, he cracks me up so much. So I was able to get him rendered. So anyway, yeah, turned out good. This smoke is just comped in. Like it's just a picture, a PNG of smoke. But I didn't take the time to do some smoke sim. So he's finished. So I'm moving on to the next one. another Josh. Thanks, Drew. Thanks, Thomas. That's awesome. Unity blend shapes? What are you talking about? Yeah, the smoke is a PNG. It is. Yeah, I'm not going to animate this guy. So no need to make blend shapes. This is for, if I'm going to do anything, I'll probably just render him just like I did with the smoking guy. And then just 3D print him. Yeah, I'm not going to animate him. Okay. Let's make him some teeth. Okay, so with teeth, I like to do 2 sets, obviously, but he's kind of got an underbite. Let's see, whoops. And then, whoops, not that. I need to do mask lasso. And then just mask off the top. I pull the bottom in and scale this in. Just kind of so it kicks in like this. And then just duplicate it, turn off symmetry, and spin it around. Whoops, it's got mask on it. So, yeah, so I don't know if you knew this, but ZBrush integrates with Maya really well with blend shapes. It has like a built-in blend shape exporter that you can push it right over to Maya. Okay, so now that I have his teeth in place, I can obviously see that he's got this crazy underbite. Let's fix that. And so basically you can make, like you could duplicate a head, as long as it has the same geometry. You put it in different layers, and each layer you can do a morph target. And then you can send it over to Maya, and it will pick it up as blend shapes and put it in the proper animation channels, and then you can just slide the animation channels to the proper blend shapes and it'll work. It's pretty crazy. Okay, let's see. Save this. Yeah, ZBrush is great for making blend shapes. because it's more sculptural and less modeling, you know. You know, I might turn Sculptris Pro off of inflate because it just damages it too much, I think. So in each brush, you can go in the settings and you can adjust, like you can say whether you want it to be affected by Sculptris Pro or not. For example, I have this pinch brush. It does not have Sculptris Pro turned on. But say the cloth brush does if I'm using Sculptris Pro. So I can go back and forth. As you can see, it kind of grays it out, which is really nice that you can do that. Because the reason I don't have it on my pinch brush is because I don't want it building sculpt, you know, like dynamic topology while it's making a crease, because that's kind of going against itself. Blend this. Scale is important. Yeah, when you're going back and forth between programs, but for 3D printing, I'm making this guy for 3D print for the most part, so I'm not too concerned with scale until I export it to my printer. And I have a ruler for that. So when it comes time, I can measure it and export it at the right scale. Thanks, Neil. Okay. It'd be nice to be able to create universal blend shapes where the ZBrush app can automatically apply and weld to any. Oh man, I think there's too much of a variety of geometry to be able to do that. Hey, what's up, A-Cubed? How you doing? Hello, hello. Feels like I've just started. It's been an hour so far, but I'm trying to get this all blocked out. How are you doing? So Rue, just so you know, I've worked in the game industry for 20 years. I've used Unity and Unreal and Maya and ZBrush. But for now, for this, I'm doing this for 3D printing. But I appreciate it. Making cartoons for baby, is that what you're doing? That's awesome. So Ashley's another I'm going to say programmer. Where's my brain? Ashley's another live streamer here on ZBrush Live. She does some amazing stuff. Are you going to do any stylized stuff soon? So she streams here on the same channel on Wednesdays. Quick question. As an expert, when do you think it would be a good time for one to upgrade their drawing tablet to get a better one? Honestly, as long as you have a drawing tablet that works, and you feel good about it, that's all you need. You don't really need anything more than that. You just don't. If you're trying to sculpt with a mouse, just don't sculpt with a mouse. So if you are, if you just have a cheap, even like a Wacom Bamboo or something that's super cheap, or some used old thing, I would say the only reason to upgrade is if it's old and not working. But if it's working, you don't need to replace it. Do I need to have a demo reel if I'm applying for a job as a character modeler? No, demo reel is if you're an animator. If you have characters in motion, then you need a reel to show that you know how to animate. But as a character modeler, you just want to show that you can bring a concept to life, like a 2D concept to life, and you can match that concept, or you can concept yourself in 3D. That's the two things. And then if you're applying for game jobs or film jobs, you need to show that you know how to make proper retopology and UVs and things like that. But no, you don't need a reel. My friend Gavin Golden, he works at Insomniac on the Spider-Man games, and he always has these panels at GDC saying, like on his pedestal saying, no, you don't need a demo reel. It's not the 1990s, and you're not an animator, so. My 15-year-old tablet is a trooper. Yep. I had, the first 15 years of my career, I was just on an old Wacom, like those beige colored old Wacom tablets. And it did just fine for me. Did the job. Let's go up. So what are you up to today, Ashley? What's going on? Is it hot where you are from? It's hot everywhere, it seems like. Just wondered if it's hot. Whoops. No, I have air conditioning in my house. But not. I have a fan here. Okay, there we go. All right. In the UK, no one has AC, so we're all sweltering. Oh, I'm sorry, Nick. Oh, it's horrible. You made for the winter? Yeah. I mean, I live in a desert here in Utah, so it gets extremely hot and extremely cold. So we have heaters and air conditioners. Yeah, sounds like Pacific Northwest. I lived in Seattle for about 7 years. And they had like these little, floor heaters down, just enough to barely heat your house. It's all electric. I thought that was crazy. What was my first 3D job? It was at a company called Sapphire here in Utah. I heard UK temps are going to get crazy, like 40. Yeah, 40. I think, what is 40? 104 here in the US. It's hot. And especially without AC, man, that would be horrible. It's hot here too, but UK is getting slammed. They aren't used to it, so it's bad. Yeah, for sure. It's like snowing with no snowplows or no way to take care of the snow on the roads, right? Again, Pacific Northwest, whenever it would snow, people would just be like, what do we do? Okay, let's see. I love this guy's face shapes. But I want to inflate his cheeks a little bit more. And hey, how's it going, Lord? How you doing? Hey, Ruth. Ruth Space Cookie Andrews. I love that name. Yeah, that one time in Texas, they had some frost on the ground. They had power outages from it. Yeah. Yeah, every year I've lived in Seattle, it snowed. I was told it does not snow here. So I lived in Everett, Washington. That's kind of where Funko is, I guess, now. But so being in Utah, where they had the Olympic Winter Games in 2002, we're known, like our license plates say greatest snow on earth, So being from Utah, I'm familiar with the snow, and then going to Seattle. And one time I was coming home and I looked at the sky and it's really low fog, deep orange. And it's like, you can tell that it's just going to dump some snow that night. And I'm like, man, this is not looking good. And the next morning I woke up to like 3 feet overnight. It had dumped, just boom. And at the time I was just a starving student. I was driving one of those little Geo Metros and I could not get it out of my driveway. Like the snow was higher than the base of it. I still use my Intuos 3 the most, more than my old Intuos 5. Yeah, yeah. All you need is a tablet. It doesn't matter. I like the stream elements. Did you design them? Yeah, I did. Thanks. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I have this little... Hi. Yeah, that's kind of fun. I love those kind of storms, though. It's cozy, even those days. Yeah, for sure. You just stay home and sit around the fire and be warm and drink hot chocolate. It's good times. So professional, so professional. My setup is still shaking. Well, hit me up after the stream. I'll show you. No, I'm on a Mac. You use OBS still, right? I could show you some stuff if you want. It's not too hard. Okay, I want to give this guy some eyelids so I can start getting those eye shapes. I know. I almost hear your voice, but that's effort. All right, let's get his brows in here. Is there a way to stop rotating when I press the pen down on ZBrush? Oh, is there a way to stop rotating when I press the pen down? Yeah. Okay. So the secret, Benillo, is to, you want to, I'm going to use my full cam. So the pen on a, if you're using a Wacom pen, you set this bottom button right here to right click. That's kind of the secret. Right click right here. And then when you do that, you can hover over your screen, whether it be a tablet or a Cintiq or whatever. You instead of touching your pen down to the surface and rotating, you hover over the surface, and that way you can rotate while you're on top of your model. And that's the secret. So, and it will rotate from wherever your mouse is, your pen pointer, whatever. And then you can use Alt to zoom in and out, or Command, Alt, and then Control, and then you use Shift to snap the camera, and then you use Alt or Option to pan the camera around. But you just let go. You just let go of right click when you want to stop rotating if you're using that navigation method. If you don't mind, how high do your bus poly counts reach? I don't really pay too much attention because it's typically for a 3D print or a high resolution sculpt. And the only time I really pay attention to my poly counts is when I retopologize for a game or something like that. Sambora, Julie, great work, thanks. What do you suggest for a 12-year-old kid who wants to start sculpting with the full version of ZBrush? A little bit too much. So there is an educational version of ZBrush, if you can qualify for that. And there's also ZBrush Core and ZBrush Core Lite. And ZBrush Core Lite is free. You can download that and just start playing with it for free. And I'm not sure how much ZBrush Core is, but it's not that much more. Then it'll get you most of the way there before you are able to buy the full version of ZBrush. Plus, there's also a subscription model that you can do, so you can pay monthly. So there's some options for you. Hey there, Tevin. How you doing? Okay. Come on. There we go. Yeah, there's also Sculptress. That's quite limited. I actually have an old tutorial on Sculptress on YouTube. Hey Tolk, I'm weird because I don't use the pen buttons at all because the pen rotates in my hand and I have to literally look at it to find. You know, it's weird. I use my thumb on the buttons instead of my finger. Will it be difficult for a 12-year? No, I mean, it's up to you and how well you learn. So, I mean, I have a daughter that's well, she's 13 now, but yeah, she can do some of this. So it's just a matter of how you learn. Oh, thanks so much. Hey, Benilla, you're watching the Maxon / Pixelogic / ZBrush Live channel. So we like to keep the conversation on their software, is why I didn't mention that. So, okay. but not a big deal. The B word. Such a bad B word. Oh, goodness. I've had the educational version for quite some time. I'm wondering if I should upgrade to regular, perpetual, or do the monthly license. The only way you would need to upgrade it is if you're doing freelance. No worries. That's what I was saying, Vanilla. No worries. The B word. This guy's fun. Oh, you're trying to get some freelance? Well, how about this? If you get some freelance to justify it, then buy it. I wouldn't buy it before you get freelance. How's that? Because I mean, it's just a matter of a mouse click, right? Shane Sculptress Pro demo needs more views. How many views is it up to, by the way? Man, I did that that was one of my first YouTube videos. It's not free for students. I believe it's like $10 every 6 months. It's almost hit 200,000 views. Holy cow. That was like, what, 8 years ago? Something like that? It's been a while. You know, I think with this guy, I'm just going to cut in his eyelids. I usually don't. I usually make them separate objects, but with this guy, I'm trying to decide. You know, I'm too addicted to having separate upper eyelids now. I think I'm just going to do it. Okay. So, Ashley, I don't know if you've seen, this is something that somebody showed me once, and I still can't believe it works. But if you do transparency mode and you use the topology brush, it will only stick to the things that are visible. So I can draw through the head while seeing it, and it'll only stick to the eyeball, which is awesome. So like if I want to just create a lid like this, not the straightest lines ever, and just do kind of a slab of geometry along here. See how it's just sticking to the eye inside the mesh? Crazy. Awesome. Clean those up. Now we have an upper eyelid. You just use Z model or extrude and move and project and snake hook. I use the Topple brush all the time to make small like eyebrows and eyelashes and things like that. But that's about it. I don't use it to like, I couldn't retopologize an entire character with it. But it's got good use case for smaller pieces of costuming. The Topple brush. You like it that much, huh? There's secrets. There's secrets to using it. There's not really, but there's things, you know, that, to keep in mind as you use it to make it work. I could go over them if you want me to. Let's see. There we go. I haven't updated my ZBrush since shortly before Pixologic was bought out. Why? Why? You should. There's no reason. My hands go too fast for the snappy dots. It's a noodle paste instead of a top over. I see. So it's not organic enough for your artistic flow. I gotcha. I can respect that. Okay. So the reason why I like to have separate upper eyelids is because then I can grab, you know, like the head and just adjust how the flesh sits over the top of it. Z model, extrude, and then dynamic subdiv. Yep. Just never look at the low res after moving it all with dynamic on. Yeah. Well, I turn dynamic on like right away. But, you know, just to control the initial layout where the dots are going to be, I just you know, I just draw it on there. Like 9 times out of 10 I can get the shape I want just by drawing it, you know. Whereas I guess Z Modeler feels a little slower for me, because then it's one face at a time, you know. Speaking of which, I have to kind of, I'm pretty excited about Cozy Blanket. So I feel like I could talk about that since it's not a direct competition or anything with ZBrush or Maxon products, but it's a retopology program for the iPad. And they're working on getting a plugin add-on built for ZBrush that allows you to retopologize on it, on your iPad while ZBrush is open on your computer. It's the craziest thing I've seen in a long time, and it makes me excited. Super excited. A lot of us have fears about Maxon screwing over the ZBrush users. I panicked and spent. Yeah, I guess I know the people at Pixelogic too well, and I guess I have faith that they wouldn't. I mean, you never know. It's business, right? But it's their baby. ZBrush is their baby, and so I don't think they took that merger lightly at all. In fact, I know they didn't, because I've talked to them about it extensively. So I wouldn't be too scared. I still use half spheres for eyelids. I did for a long time, but again, it's just I'm spending too much time pushing the spheres around, like squishing them around, when I can just draw them in and there they go. You know, they're there, and I can move on with my sculpting life. Okay, I need to give this lower lip or this upper lip a plane. I can't say. I guess I can say I've dabbled, yes. And because it excites me to be able to sit on the couch and watch a show and sculpt. And I'm also excited with about VR sculpting and being able to stand up and sculpt, because sitting is just not good for you. I mean, I do have a standing desk, but it's not the same thing. And it's cool being in the same room as your sculpts. There's just something to it, and being able to scale it like way big in front of your face and be able to, like, it's just crazy to be in the same room as your sculpts. Virtual, even if your room is virtual, it's just cool. Just making some adjustments here. Mirror sculpting's fun until your eyes start burning and your neck cricks bad because of the weight of the headset. You can go for an hour. Yeah, before the pain sets in. I mean, there is absolutely something to that too. But if it's like, I would love to see augmented reality sculpting. So it's like your glasses instead of this ginormous headset, you know, that's weighing your neck down. And I feel like the technology is going to get there eventually. I don't know how soon, but hopefully. Hey, what's up, Mark? You just got an email from Maxon. They're going to subscription only for ZBrush? What? I've not heard that. Hey, Leonard, how are you? Yeah, that's the first I have heard of that, Mark. I just got an email from Maxon asking me to not about that. It's a talent release form for other things. Really? Yeah, I got a talent release form, but that's it. It's not nothing about subscriptions. Huh. I wouldn't be surprised, but okay, I need to give this guy his awesome hairdo. Yeah, that's interesting since we were just barely talking about it. Yeah, I don't want to talk too much about that on the stream, you know, but they still have their perpetual license. Okay. Well, they've had a subscription for a long time. But if they're doing away with perpetual license, it's I have not heard that. So okay, let's see. Let's see if we can fill this in. Hey, Christian, how's it going? Thanks, man. Okay, I thought I filled that in. What happened? Let's go. Okay, let's do the eyes since I have the color. And the teeth. Oh, I must have been on the eyebrows. Okay, funny. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, you know, I actually knew that, Mark. Okay. Change the subject about working in the virtual world. Funny. Okay, fill. Come on, select these, browse. Hey, Charleston, how's it going? Welcome. Did you ever get to go and use the wall? I have not. I'm not sure I know what that is. Okay. Sounds pretty interesting, though. You have to tell me more about it. Okay. Okay, let's get this awesome hairdo going. But before I do that, I kind of want to smooth this out down here. Need to hollow this out somewhat. Yep, cylinder hair. You know what I'm going for. There are two systems that allow you to see rides. One was called the wall, the other was the dome. Interesting. I did not know that those existed. Hanuj, it has been going on for an hour and a half. All right. Let's split this. "3D projection with glasses." Oh, nice. Stello Mike, current problem with VR is the lag. It is still enough that it gets me sick at times, but honestly, ZBrush can do that too if they try to do the right. So I found that, so my kids have the Quest, and I find that those lag a lot, but I have an Oculus that actually plugs directly into my machine, and it does not lag nearly as much. So just, I don't know if you knew that or not. His name? Whose name are you asking about? Do you mean my name, or the name of the concept artist, or the name of this guy, this character? I don't think he has a name. I'm calling him Lucas just because he reminds me of Lucas from Stranger Things. Oh, yep, if it's a Quest, that's definitely the problem. I'd put money on it because I've used it and tried it, and that's, yeah, because it's trying to do it over Wi-Fi, right? And it's just not fast enough. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there, and I'm going to block out the bottom of it. Where is Ryan? So, yeah, because it says I'm Ryan, right? I'm Shane Olson, if you didn't know. But Ryan streamed earlier today. And if anybody ever misses their stream during their time that they should stream, then it kind of messes up the announcements and the names. Yeah, Ryan streamed earlier today. It looks like he's bald with hair. That's funny. Hello. Welcome, welcome. I wish my lower thirds would work. Does it not work? No. I did some sculpting in there, but got motion sick. It's easy to get motion sick in VR, especially if you're... what I find is if you move, like if the camera moves but you don't, or if you move and the camera doesn't, then it's like your eye doesn't hook up to your brain and it makes you motion sick. With the blockouts, should I be doing full body or just heads? I would do just busts like this for until you get comfortable with it, and then you can block out the full body later, because blocking out the full body includes knowing anatomy. So it takes 2 different skills, not just one. So I would just find some simple characters. Like you can do characters like fish. Like a fish is just a head with fins. Okay, I'm going to retopologize this. Is it just the one guy with the email? Or I haven't gotten it yet, so I don't know. You talking about the Maxon email? I don't know. It was an offer email for people with perpetual license to get a discount. Oh, I see. That's how they get you. No. Oh, hey, Rob. Oh, you got it too? I'm sure I'll get it eventually. Most art directors hated it. Yeah, I bet. Okay. Okay. Hey, Luella, how are you? Welcome, welcome. How is the heat? I know you're dying. Yeah, that's where Luella's from as well. And Neil. Got some friends in the UK dying from heat. Goodness sakes. It's like 40 the last time I checked. Yeah, that's what I hear. There's no AC anywhere. Don't even have a fan? Oh. I had to explain to the younger generation that as you age, you become less tolerant of visual anomalies, and the kicker was that they would have the same issue too. Oh, funny. Yes. Nobody got time for that. It's getting near 9 now, and it's still up in the... oh, goodness. Okay. Open a window, put a frozen pizza out. Yeah. No AC anywhere. Where are you getting your information from? What do you? You become the nude starfish. Funny. Hey Shane, do you think I need to learn human anatomy and really understand it to be a great sculptor? Yes. So, but with an asterisk. So, do I think you need to know? Do I think you need to know the names of everything? No. Do I think you need to know anatomy, where the big muscle groups go and how everything is structured and how everything goes together? Yes. And I do teach that in my course. I teach an online course called the 3D Character Workshop. Most of you know this, but for those of you new here and don't know, I do teach an online course. And I cover anatomy. Let's see, we have AC in workplaces if lucky. My office does not though. Oh goodness. Yeah, just places like the UK, they don't need to invest in it if it doesn't happen often enough. It'd just be a bag of frozen peas. There you go. So I can show you a little preview of my course if my internet will. There we go. So inside my course, this is inside the anatomy training here. This is what it looks like, the workshop. Like I talk about anatomy of the head and hands, and this is the body. So if you go in here, so see, I'm just talking about the large muscle groups and how they all fit together. Talking about hands and things, legs, go into deeper details, the difference between male and female, etc. So yeah. Anyway, if you're interested, 3dcharacterworkshop.com. Hey Leonardo, thank you very much for the compliment. Hey Eric, how you doing? Thanks so much. Yeah, there's also a really great community in the course. Very, very active. Usually online courses, they're only active for the first week or whatever, and then they die out. But this is what the forum looks like inside. I kind of have a top row like ZBrush Central. And then this is the quality of work coming out of the 3D Character Workshop. This is all student work. None of this is my work. So you can see just the quality of it. Super, super awesome. So anyway, just a little preview for you. I don't want to linger on it too much. Doing great, just working on the big Viking guy. Awesome. He's turning out great. That fill brush is magic on high-res models. Yeah, for sure. That's where it works the best. It doesn't work hardly at all in low-res. It kind of destroys your mesh. Okay, I'm going to merge this hair together and then continue shaping it. Okay. Thanks, Leonard. Okay, let's see. It also has a private Discord channel for students, and a lot of students go live while they're sculpting in there, and so you can just hang out and sculpt together. It's a good time. Okay, these two. Image down. I'm going to save this. And I'm going to Z-remesh this. Where's the Discord? It's private, so it's for students only of the 3D Character Workshop. So it's not a public Discord. So you get access to it after you purchase the course. Let's see here. Remesh by union. And then I'm going to do it again. I'm going to keep that edge. There we go. Yeah, again, super active. I feel super lucky. Many people are using stylized references for sculpting, which is always great. Does your course cover how to take a real photo and create a stylized character out of it? Not really. Yeah, Mr. Davisky. Not, yeah, you have to be, it has to be a 3D Character Workshop student. It's not like an educational version just of any educational institution. It's specifically for 3D Character Workshop students. UAB, I want to cover that though. I just haven't yet. I want to straighten this up. He does kind of look Egyptian, right? Oh, too funny. Can you link course in the chat? Yeah, it's just 3dcharacterworkshop.com. But Neil, would you, I don't know if you can do that on YouTube, but if you could, please, that would be amazing. Okay. Try. I gotta fill this. Oh, Mark. That deserves a wah-wah. Oh, funny. Yeah, it's a little tall. We need to shrink it up here. Remember. It's got a little bit of guile going on too. Soften up these edges. Like Lori, yep, you like it? My name's now Ryan. You. So I'm just dialing this in, and I can throw that beard on him. We got, what, 9 minutes left? Can I do it? Here, let's get some... pupils on his eyeballs. I'm just going to do him the same kind of brownish color here. Maybe smaller. And then let's put a material on there. That's shiny toy plastic. I always like to do that. This toy plastic, see how it puts the highlights on there? So if you go to the paintbrush and then click over to material, so RGB is poly paint, that's color. A material is the actual material on the surface. Then hit fill, that just filled that eyeball. And then go back to RGB and then go back to skin shade 4. And that material will only remain on the eyes and have that bit of a highlight on them. Okay. It's funny because I want to make his shoulders bigger, like just... And there's some tweaking to his face to dial it in. I feel like I need to adjust those eyebrows. They're too long and... And then I think the beard will help a lot. Make him sharper. That's probably too wide, huh? Maybe like that. Okay, beard. Let's do beard. Split unmasked points. For sure. Yeah. Definitely gonna have to remesh this after I get it up going. Fun. Okay, let's apply and Z-remesh this at 3, sure. That's too high. Maybe a 2. Still pretty high, but oh well. Can anybody recommend a good entry-level resin printer? I had an Elegoo Mars, but its screen just died, and I don't think it's worth replacing. How much are the screens for those? They're not that much, right? There's the Elegoo series, the Anycubic ones. I've heard good things about those. The ones I have are Formlabs ones, so those are the ones I'm familiar with. $30 on Amazon? There you go. Yeah, I didn't think they were that much to replace. You swapped yours out a couple times. Oh, your screen. Cool. It's considered disposable by the manufacturers. I can see that. I know the LCD in this version burns out fairly fast. Didn't even make it through the first bottle of resin. Really? Oh, goodness. Yeah, that sounds like the printer is disposable. Eee. I bought an Anycubic 8K during their little Kickstarter promo thing. So I don't know why I bought it. Well, kind of. Because I want to get familiar with them. Because not very many people in the hobby area have a form printer. So I wanted to get an Anycubic just so I can kind of teach people that have Anycubics how to print, you know. Okay. I want to duplicate this and then ZRemesh it. Let's go with like an 8. No keep groups. It's the type of LCD they used on version 1 Elgumars. The new ones are monochrome and last longer. Interesting. Okay. Hello from Brazil. Hello. How's the 8K version? I don't know. It's not here yet, so I can let you know when I have it. When I have just 2K. Cool. Oh, do you have it, Luck Lori? That's the one I bought. I'm glad to hear you like it. Okay, so this is the remeshed version, which it turned out great. Okay, I'm gonna subdivide this up and project. I have the same and went 3 years on the same LCD. Are you letting your machine sit? Oh, are you letting it be turned on? Interesting. I have an Anycubic Photon. I think it's first gen. I haven't printed anything on it yet. Okay, I just want to paint a little red on him just to warm him up a little bit, and then we'll be done for the day. Being in the UK, it sat in a garage for the last winter. Yeah, that might do it. So it may be time to get a new printer. Let's get some blues in here. Purplish blue. Good tricks to let the build plate warm up. Helps a lot if you're in a cold place. It's good advice. All right, you guys. I think I'm gonna stop it here. I don't have time to put his little tank top on, but I'm pretty happy with how he turned out, but I would like him to be closer to this concept. I think part of it is getting a taller upper lip. There's just some structure issues I need to work through, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. But thanks everybody so much for watching. Again, I give away these brushes for free on my website, 3dcharacterworkshop.com, and this user interface and my ruler file. And you can have a play with all these brushes. And I also teach an online workshop if you want to learn how to create characters like this. So thanks so much, everybody. Have a wonderful week, and we will catch you next Monday. All right? Till then, keep sculpting. See you later, guys. Thank you.